Welcome to part 2 of our Canva Sheets mini-series. In this session, we're going to take the Sheets app a little bit further than we did in the first session. Instead of just treating it like a list, in this session, we're going to look at using Canva Sheets as a digital dashboard for all of your assets and content that you are going to be using throughout your business. Now, to get us going in this session, I have created a little bit of a head start, and we have some assets already listed in here. So if you haven't watched part 1, I do encourage you to go back and watch it, because we talk through a lot of the basics about adding text and even images. We're just going to go into that in a little bit more detail today. So as you can see here, I have popped in some headings. And if you think about the assets that your organization or your business uses, odds are they're all over the place. You've got them in folders, you've got them on your desktop, you've got bookmarks, and a really great idea, even if you're working just with yourself, is to put all of those things into one location so that when you need to grab something, you can go and get that in a hurry. What I've created for you here today are some really simple headings that I think would apply to a lot of businesses. So we often need headshots, we might have links through to flyers, we might have some templates that we've created, we might have some workplace images or some behind the scenes video, we might have products, we will all have social pages that we need to get to quite a lot, we might have booking pages if we have people coming to events. Other things that we potentially are going to have are different bits of tech or different products that we use in our organization. And again, we're accessing a lot of these through the web these days. So being able to have all of those in one place is a fantastic idea. And lastly is just your brand kit that you might want to be able to reference and access really quickly. So just as a quick recap, to add images into our spreadsheet, I'm just going to do an image search for headshots, and we're just going to click and drag one of those images into the cell straight into our spreadsheet. Now, the beautiful thing here is that we can click on any of these, we can copy them straight from here, and we could paste them directly into another document. As you can see, that's not such a great idea. So let's go back and we're going to make another column with potentially a slightly more user-friendly option. So with this one, we are going to do a bit of a quick background remove. Now I could do these one by one, but this is actually one of the tools that they will let you do en masse. So I'm actually just going to highlight my 9 or so headshots there. I'm going to click and drag across, and it will just replicate all of those images for me. Now for this second column, again, I'm just going to click and drag to highlight all of those. And then up here on my toolbar, just use my background remover, and it will actually run the background remover across all of those images that I selected. And always remembering with spreadsheets, it's really about economies of scale. I just did that with 9. We could have done that with up to 1,000 images and done background remover on them all in one hit. Now this last little stylized one, unfortunately, we do have to do this one by one. They don't actually let you, at this stage, edit more than one image at once. But what we can actually do is we can style one of our images in the way that we want. And I just went into the edit feature here and chose the Stark filter. And then I could fill that image down throughout my spreadsheet. And then just going back to my original images, I can actually drag those on top of the stylized image, and it will take on any of the characteristics that I had applied. So this isn't a perfect scenario, unfortunately. Let's hope that in the future, Canva does make a bit of a flick there and we can do that image styling en masse again to a whole range of products. When it comes to adding links to our spreadsheet, there's a couple of different ways that we can go about it. If we want to link directly through to an existing Canva design that we've already created, we can go up to the Actions button, come down to Canva Design, and we can actually browse here and select a design that we've created. And a couple of things from here is that when we click on this, we do get the large preview, and we can either open the file or we can go directly into editing the link if we need to do that. So this is fantastic if you're working on files and you've sort of got a bit of a one-stop shop here to come on through and make those changes. The other way that we can link to Canva files is we can actually write a bit of a description. So if I wanted to link through to, say, for example, a Canva video that I've done, I can highlight, I can just type the text in and highlight it, click on this link button, and then we can actually do a bit of a search, and it will actually come up with some of the projects that we've worked on. When I click on done, you'll just see it shows up slightly differently. So it shows up as a more traditional link, and same thing though, I can click on that and I can come through and open that up, and it will open up that file directly from the spreadsheet. If you've got Canva templates that you regularly use, this is another great way to group them in with your other assets. You can just go to the home page of Canva, go to your brand section where you've got your brand templates, and you can simply copy the link for these, come back to your calendar and paste. And again, you can see it's just pasted a nice long link there. The other option you have is if I write the name of a template, this is one of my silly ones, I can actually type the name of the template in, select it, and then paste over the top of that link. And what you'll actually see here is that it pops the link in there, and it might just be a little bit more of a descriptive way of highlighting that template. Outside of Canva, you can basically create links to whatever you need. So you can pop in links to socials, you can copy and paste links from pretty much anywhere on the internet. So I can just very quickly jump across and grab a link there. You can actually see it just pops the link in, and the same thing would apply. So if we wanted to write something a little bit more descriptive, we could highlight and just paste, and that is now a clickable link that we can get to from our spreadsheet. And finally, just the brand kit, same sort of thing. We could come back to our Canva homepage. You can see I've got lots of different brand kits here, but if I go to share and copy the link and come back into my spreadsheet and paste that link there, and you can see I had already done that as a slightly more descriptive link. So again, lots of different ways to basically achieve the same thing, but really just depends on what you're looking for, what assets you need to create a collection to. And this allows you to put all of your assets into one place and access them really easily. Your Canva sheet is now a live content hub that contains all of the information that you need to access your brand, your assets, your graphics, videos. All the information is right at your fingertips. In the next session, we are going to be covering the bulk create process, and this is really going to bring it all together and show you how this amazing tool is going to save you heaps of time in creating and scheduling, particularly your social media posts, but basically any type of content that you need to create. See you next time.